I'm sorry, Buzzi, to interrupt you. Contribution by Aprile. As you were saying, the resolution cannot go below a certain limit, that is the space between positron and annihilation. The most important thing is contrast in nuclear medicine, the contrast between target and non-target. For sure, if calculations are precise and numerous, statistics is better, and then results are more reliable than spatial resolution and so forth. Another important problem is the problem linked to measures. There are 3, 4, 5 big equipment producers, medical equipment. Why did we introduce PTO or LSO at a certain time? Because some companies wanted to gain a market share that were losing. So DG is generally buying other companies for two reasons: either to buy the technology or to gain market share, and to buy a patent and then not using it. This is something that happens. Pharmaceuticals industries behave like that. They buy the alternative and then do not use it. But I don't agree with you when saying that we need to set a specific goal. Let's think of laser and laser studies, which started this way and then finally led to a medical application. For sure, when talking about cancer, it is important because the project you mentioned, the one which was awarded, probably it was not funded if the author hadn't included the word cancer in the project. But I do not want to run the risk of behaving following the Nixonian philosophy. So if the research does not lead to an immediate, tangible result, that is the reduction of death rate, then all the basic medicine wouldn't be useful. Hopefully this philosophy has changed in Europe as well. So I'm working as a physician, and what you say is true for me. I'm not questioning it, because this is not my job. And I would say that even if I'm not making technical assessment, it would be best to have a prototype. I remember that Toshiba organized and set up as Toshiba hospitals with employees there in Tokyo with new machines, and experiments were made on site, and as a consequence improvements and variations were set up. If you are implementing this machine, I would say that I'm not going to use it to perform screening, but for sure I would know that I have at my disposal a precise instrument that would allow a reduction in radiation dose, would improve the scan speed. So it would give an important momentum to oncological diagnosis, because current oncological diagnosis is made through PET tests that is effective at 70–80%. So the benefits in terms of life survival and life conditions would then be seen. Crosetto, what do you mean by contrasto? Aprile, contrast means the contrast between the target and the bottom, that is meant in terms of the noise of the equipment of the instrument and other aspects of the cells. So why do I better see cancer at lung and not at the liver? Because in the lung there are no tissue, whereas in the liver there are tissues. Crosetto. Actually, I can't change human body behaviors because the human body absorbs what it wants. Aprile, that's clear. Spatial resolution is important, but it gets only to a certain point. You cannot see positron annihilation. Crosetto. What I could reply is that instruments and tools can help physicians, but they do not replace a physician. I can provide you with a precise technology, with a precise tool, but you cannot ask me how would a human body behave or should behave. What I can do is to measure it, and to measure it in a very precise way that is giving you tangible results. So I can allow you to distinguish in a very clear way signals and noise affecting it. Aprile, you are talking about a tool. I'm considering also the noise, not just in terms of signals, but the noise linked to tissues. So this is not just a problem of spatial resolution. The most important thing is the ratio between the signal and the noise. So what do you ask as a physician to a Siemens or to a producer of equipment? Crosetto, I want a precise tool, a sensible one, that allows me to recognize and detect the minimum and abnormal metabolism. Aprile, I would say accurate, that is more specific and more sensitive, because the machine is specific and gives me real signals, because we need to make a distinction between a real signal and a dark signal. Crosetto, at the basis of the information, you see there is a round shape, that curve, and we have to acquire all information from those that round shape. The information is the arrival time, the energy, and XYZ. Those are the key points. So my method, together with the possibility of a 3x3 of verifying if the signal goes up, goes down, and then goes up again, the pile up, the so-called pile up, and analyzing in a precise way what we need is what I want to provide you with. It is a tool to analyze signals in the as precisely as possible. I cannot give you other than that. Starting from an existing technology that is only capturing 1 out of 10,000 signals, so it is non-accurate, as you were saying, I would like to give you a very precise tool, because this tool can actually analyze all information, and thanks to the arrival time, the precise arrival time, it gives you more information, and the more information you have, the precise the diagnosis is. From the PET test you get information as for sensitiveness. From CAT and ultrasound you get other information concerning spatial resolution, and all this information together represent a precise information. So this gives you information in terms of density, of metabolism, of profile of organs. So you see there are many information overlapping, not just one. And this is a very precise you cannot just rely on a spatial resolution information that already has a mistake of 4.5 millimeters per oxygen for the oxygens to the brain.